Hello everyone, Raisin Roof here, and today we're going to be talking about Expeditions, a Mudrunner game. I was a little surprised when I saw this game, and it had a Mudrunner game on the title. I thought it was going to be more, well, I should say it's more of a SnowRunner game in my opinion. Like it's based off of SnowRunner, the physics, the engine, and all that kind of stuff. So it was a little shocking to me, but anyways, I absolutely love SnowRunner. I have played so much of it. I'm going through a second playthrough right now, making my own challenges and stuff like that in a custom world. What and in SnowRunner, I do enjoy the exploring aspect of it. I like to take my scouts out. I like to go exploring and do all kinds of things like that. The world in SnowRunner just seems so much more able to do that. In Expeditions, it's a smaller world. It's closed. They went more technical with it, so it's more technical to go and do your exploring. So you got to scout out what you're doing. You got to figure out your rocks and where the proper path is and everything like that. So, I mean, if that's what you like to do, if you like being into that technical, that really like focus on what you're doing, I can see where this game is absolutely awesome, and this is where people are loving it. This is where there is a fan base for it and everything. My personal opinion is it was too much. I play SnowRunner for the sit back, relax, like you kind of pay attention, but at the same time, I'll have something on the other screen. With Expeditions, I don't find that I can do that because I have to think too much, and so that's where it's a no go for me. It's not my style of game, but I can definitely see where there is some people that absolutely love that. They love that technical aspect, and they honestly did that well in Expeditions. Expeditions takes exploring to a whole new level. The maps are smaller, but they're more detailed in what you have to crawl over, where your contracts are going to take you. And that's one of the things Expeditions does. Instead of being open ended, do whatever you want, it's you accept a contract. With that contract, you take a certain amount of vehicles, and those vehicles have things that you can take, supplies, tools, uh, the bigger trucks you can put on add on, and that add on can be mission specific or just like a box to carry more supplies and stuff. Your smaller ones, they have a metal detector so that you can find basically, well, they're airdrops. In the game, they are airdrops that you can find things like more tools or more supplies. So that I think was done really well, and that aspect is really good. The tools that you get in Mud or in Expeditions is I wish that they would come to SnowRunner. The anchors, I love the anchors. The jack screw to tip your truck. So many times, I just like you just need to tip the truck over. You slide over and you're stuck. You're right stuck. You can't do anything about it. So like that's stuff that you unlock early on. You can also take more supplies, more fuel, more tires, and it goes in your box. There's slots in your box instead of cargo placement places. There's stuff like that. Your winch is a little bit different. I love the binoculars and the drone. Just it was like, whoa, that's awesome. And then, like I said, the whole just that metal detector to find airdrops, and I guess they kind of like they made this game into more of a bite-size game for exploration, which is awesome. And sometimes I kind of wish that maybe there was a little bit of that in SnowRunner, but like it's definitely not a bad game. Expeditions is definitely not a bad game. I personally will not be continuing to play it. Just like I said, it's just not my style of game. Very well done. They have some other things like the tires, being able to change your tire pressure. I so badly want that. in SnowRunner, and I wish that they would bring it. But I don't. It sounds like anything that's in Expeditions, more than likely they won't be bringing to SnowRunner. So, but that's okay. The UI. I actually really like the UI in Expeditions. I think that they cleaned up SnowRunner's UI, and just it's much more appealing to me. So, I would love to see that. The map in Expeditions, the map was a little bit harder to get around and kind of figure things out. And I think it's just kind of how it went. Because they focused on that more exploration. I think they didn't want to give too much. And it's just what it is. Instead of whatchamacallit, instead of watchtowers you unlock with the drone, you do like big circles with the drone. That I didn't really like. I still like the watchtower kind of thing. So it's just one of those things, but that's absolutely okay. What else is there to say? No, there's not. Probably not too much. It's. I don't know if you can even. Like it's not a huge game, or at least it doesn't. How do I put it? I personally don't think that it is a huge game. I know it's got a lot of content and stuff, but once once you kind of get through a lot of it, it's just continuing to do whatchamacallit, it's just continually doing this exploring, it's continuously doing these tasks and contracts and an expedition, I think is what they actually call it. And so you just kind of continue to do those. So there's not. It is a little bit repetitive, just in different landscapes, different tracks, and stuff like that. So that's something just to note too. Is that it can get a little repetitive, but I mean that's okay though, right? Like contracts and tasks, there's upgrades to be found because there is a little bit of a free roam, and I did somewhat like that, except for the fact that when you're in free roam, it's a whole lot harder to how do I put it? It's harder to do it because you don't have access to all your vehicles. You can't just change them around and all that. So to me, that made it a little bit harder. But I mean, it's all up to you and how you like to do things like that. So yeah, it's a well done one. Well, it sorry, it is a very well done game, and I definitely enjoyed my little bit of time with it. But like I said, I'm definitely going to not continue it. I'm going to continue with SnowRunner. I'm going to be on that instead, just because it's my type of game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a little bit different and smaller, and I know I stumbled a lot, but I'll be honest, this was a little bit of a harder one to talk about, just because it was. I think it was a little bit of a disappointment to me, just because I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought of, because I personally hyped it up too much. I was all about it being exactly like SnowRunner and just an add-on to SnowRunner, and it wasn't. And there are people that mention that on forums and stuff, and I should have definitely have listened to those a little bit more. But yeah, so definitely this is me warning you. If you're going into SnowRunner, or sorry, not SnowRunner, if you're coming from SnowRunner going into Expeditions, they're not the same. Expeditions is full on exploration, mini contracts, just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to end it here because, like I said, it's just hard to talk about this one because it was a little bit of a disappointment for me, and that was my own fault in the end, too. So, thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you all in the next episode.